Hey guys, Brayman117, welcome back to the channel with my thoughts on the recently revealed Mega Construx Halo Infinite set Chopper Takedown. This set has recently become available on Amazon CA, the Canadian Amazon site, for $25, and it's set to be released on the 1st of June. As you can see, the set comes with 203 pieces, consists of two figures which we'll come back to shortly, a stationary gun and a somewhat modified Banished version of the Brute Chopper that we received in the Brute Chopper raid back in 2016, the set that came with Spartan Cat. Let's make a start by taking a closer look at the Brute Chopper, and although at first glance it looks very similar to the chopper that came in the aforementioned set with Cat, there's actually a remarkable amount of difference between this one and its predecessor. You can tell already from a glance that there are a number of painted pieces which I'm really pleased about, especially the cowling either side of the top section of the wheel housing. Not only have we got the bullet hole marks on the silver section of it, we've also got scrape marks across the front red section of those pieces as well, which I'm really pleased about. It just gives it that much more lifelike appeal. And then you've also got a secondary silver piece with bullet holes on it attached to the back of that. Now another thing that I noticed was they've changed the mould for the wheel as well. They've put those spikes on the wheel, which is just a classic Banished look. They like to have aggression hanging off all of their vehicles. So each of those wheel sections have got those forward facing spikes, which would obviously work for grip, but also they look more menacing too. On the sides, they've changed the design as well. They've decided to go with these painted Banshee Blitz rear talon pieces that they've either moulded in silver or moulded in red and then put a paint application on top. So again, another piece specially created for this set. Lower down you can see you've got some of these small fin pieces which are used for the vents coming up the windscreen of Warthogs. They've been using those for years. They've put paint application on those as well, so I'm sure those will come in handy for mock building, and if nothing else they give a nice little flash of yellow to this vehicle. As we work our way back, you can see the aerofoils that come down from underneath where the foot pedals are. On the original one it did have these, they were just silver, but as you can see here, these ones must be moulded out of clear plastic, and then they've got a silver paint application just around the edge of it, so you can actually see through the center of it to that translucent blue brick that is the support for the underneath of the vehicle. They've also modified the seating area as well, although you can't see it that well in this picture because Eshram himself is sat on the vehicle. But all in all, I'd imagine this is going to feel like a very different build to its predecessor. So one, I'm really looking forward to this build. I think it's going to be a really interesting and good set. And also as a custom builder, I'm really pleased to be getting so many custom painted parts that are guaranteed to come in handy for future mocks. Moving on to the figures, on the one hand I'm super pleased with the figures that come in this set. I'm really pleased to be getting a Fred figure because I don't have a Fred figure now, and the fact that we get Eshram in this set as well, who is looking like another key player in the game, is another bonus. So to get two well-known figures in one set is a win. The downside to that is I would definitely like to amass a few of these choppers for dioramas and so on, so I'll want to probably buy 3 or 4 of these sets, but I don't necessarily want to have 3 or 4 Eshrams and Freds. But that's the price you pay. This set I believe is coming in at a really favourable price point, and I would sooner end up with 4 Freds and 4 Eshrams than none at all. So taking a closer look at these figures, the Fred figure looks absolutely fantastic. He is in a lighter blue than we are used to seeing him in game, but we haven't seen him in Halo Infinite yet. After all, the Master Chief's armour has changed colour tones several times through the history of the Halo franchise, so there's nothing to say that when we do see, if we do see Fred in Halo Infinite, which I think this is all pointing towards, there's every chance his armour may have received a lighter colour paint scheme. But all in all, if this figure looks as refined as the Master Chief figures we've received so far, I think he's going to look absolutely spot on stood alongside those Master Chief figures that we've got. Moving on to Eshram, again, really impressive figure. I think they've absolutely nailed the key details of this figure as we've seen in the trailer. I'm assuming the two silver sections coming up from the front of his armor. They look like handles to some kind of daggers or swords, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure where the sword section would go to, because it instantly goes into his armor that curves around his chest. I don't know whether that's just the fact that it's a small figure or not, but it would be interesting to see what those are used for, or whether they're just a feature that look like handles. Either way, as you can see when we go nice and close here, there's a huge amount of detail printed in along the handle sections of these weapons, if that's what they are. And when it comes to weapons, you get the stationary gun, which again, I don't have one of these styles of gun, or in that colour or in any colour, so really pleased to be getting those. And if you do end up mass buying these sets, you know that those guns are going to be put to good use as well, so you can have a load of those dotted around your diorama as you please. When it comes to the weapons that the figures come with, you get a really nice Spartan laser with Fred. It doesn't look painted, but it's hard to tell from the pictures whether there could be possibly a slightly darker paint application to some sections of the rear of this weapon. And when it comes to Eshrom's gravity hammer, again, it's just plain colour, but we have seen quite a few painted gravity hammers come with other sets in this line, so you can always swap it out if you felt the need, if you have one of those other ones. So that's just about it for my thoughts on this set. I'm really looking forward to getting it in hand. I cannot believe I'm not going to want to have more than one of these sets. It's definitely one of the sets I'm most looking forward to in the line so far. I love the Banished paint schemes, and I love the fact that they've gone the extra way with those scuff marks, just like they did on the Warthog Run set they did a while back. They put those scuff marks up the front of the bonnet, and I just think it adds so much realism to the appearance of the vehicle. So feel free to let me know your thoughts on this set in the comment section below, and as soon as I can get my hands on this set, I'll hopefully do a speed build for you so you can see how it goes together, and I'll also do a full review on it once I've got it in hand. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe to the channel for future content. If you like the video, please give it a like, and we'll see you again soon for more thoughts videos on the Halo Infinite line.